Hello students, today I am going to tell you about some important questions for the coming exams for BA third semester English pass course. सबसे पहले long answer type questions. The first important question is from the first poem Sonnet 18. Sum up the idea of beauty as talked about in the poem. Second question from Know Then Thyself. What is Pope's advice to man in the poem, or what is Pope's concept of man? Next question. Give the central idea of the poem, The World is Too Much with Us. Next question. Comment on W.B. Yeats' views on love as revealed in the poem When You Are Old. What kind of freedom does Tagore visualize for his country? And the last, comment on the significance of the title of the poem Another Woman. Now, the short answer type questions. How does the poet compare eternity with mortality? Next, how does Shakespeare compare his friend to a summer's day? Next, how is man stuck between an angel and an animal? Next, why is it that man cannot be stoic? Another question, how is man a confused being? One more, explain the glory, jest and riddle of the world. Next questions from Elegy written in a country churchyard. What do you understand by short and simple annals of the poor? Who are the unhonored god? And what does the epitaph of the poem refer to? Now from the poem The World is Too Much with Us. What does the poet mean by stating the world is too much with us? What are we out of tune with? What is the sordid boon? Who is a pagan according to the poet? Now from the poem Ode on a Grecian Urn. What does the urn symbolize? How does the poet compare living human lovers to those carved on the urn? Which figures on the urn haunt the poet? What religious scene is depicted on the other side of the urn? Why does the poet refer to the urn as cold pastoral? Comment on Beauty is Truth, Truth Beauty. Now from the poem My Last Duchess. What was the envoy curious about? What do you think happened to the Duchess? What does the Duke mean by then all smiles stopped together? Now from the poem When You Are Old. Who is referring to as hiding his face in the crowd of stars? Why does the poet call the soul of his beloved a pilgrim? What will happen to the lady when she turns old? Comment on the role of time in the poem. Now from the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. The first question from this poem. What does Tagore mean by narrow domestic walls? What type of strength does the poet pray for? How is the world broken by narrow domestic walls? What type of penury does the poet want to be free from? And what is the India of Tagore's dreams? Some questions from the bangle sellers. Why are the bangle sellers going to the temple fair? Who will buy the bangles? And why does the poet call the bangles token of radiant lives? Now from the last poem, Another Woman. How is the woman in the poem insulted and humiliated by her in-laws? What makes the woman uncomfortable? What do you think is the woman's attitude towards her husband? And the last question, why do the in-laws speak ill of the woman's parents? These are all short answer type questions. Now some important literary devices. Alliteration, dramatic monologue, metaphor, simile, free verse, elegy, lyric and irony. You can do ode also. For grammar portion आप सबको fill in the blanks करने हैं. Fill in the blanks with infinitive, gerund, prepositions या noun clauses आ सकते हैं. ये सब important है, बहुत बहुत important है. इसके बाद verb pattern की exercise करनी है जो बहुत important है. Prefix, suffix वाली exercise करनी है. और एक combine sentences into compound sentences, ये बहुत important है. एक आप री राइट द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस करेक्टली, ये बुक में एक्सरसाइज दे रखी है, ये भी करके जानी है। इसके बाद पैराग्राफ के लिए जो इम्पॉर्टेंट लग रहे हैं वो है रोल ऑफ सोशल मीडिया, इन्वायरमेंटल पोल्यूशन, विमेन एम्पावरमेंट या वायलेंस अगेंस्ट विमेन, कॉलेज लाइफ और एक प्लेजर्स ऑफ रीडिंग आप कर सकते हैं। दीज आर द इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस फॉर BA थर्ड सेमेस्टर। आप सबका एग्ज़ाम अच्छा हो, बेस्ट विशेस फॉर योर एग्जाम्स। थैंक यू एंड हैव ए नाइस डे।